Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Nick. I'm a graduate student studying music education, and this is episode 2 of the Marching Madness series, the series where I critique various high school and college marching bands based on their performance. This is actually my second time recording this video because I screwed up with the last recording. You guys couldn't actually see the band itself. I was just talking. Okay? So that mistake is gone. I fixed it. Alright. Luckily it wasn't a very long video. I want to thank you all so much for the support on the last episode of Marching Madness. If you missed that one, I'll link it down below in the description, and there will also be a playlist on the channel that will have all the Marching Madness episodes that I upload. Some things to note before we get started. I am merely doing this from a judge's perspective, so I am not trying to throw hate or shame at any one of these bands. I am merely critiquing them based on what I find very good about the band, what they did very well, and what they could work on. Okay? No hate, no shame, none of that here. Okay? I don't condone any of that. Secondly, there will be a lot of things that I miss. I'm only one person, so I will try to point out all the positives and the negatives that I see, and that we can understand what they're doing, why they're doing it, what I find very, very good, and again, what they could work on. Okay, so there will be things that I miss, but hopefully I will get the majority of the big aspects that they're doing. And third, I will be pausing several times throughout this video because, one, this is educational content, so I like to get my thoughts out to all of you guys and provide you with a proper education on marching bands. And two is because I don't want to get copyright striked. Okay, that would be very, very bad. So yeah, and if you want to watch the full uncut version, I say uncut, but without the commentary, it'll be down below in the description, like always. So without further ado, let's get this started. Now, judging from the band size, actually small. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's probably about 30 to 40 wind members, and when I say wind members, that means woodwinds and brass. Percussion section seems pretty standard. I think there's 2 snare drums and 2 tenor drums, and the guard it's probably, I think, like 7 to 8 guard members. I can't really tell. And the front ensemble, or the pit, as some people call it, pretty decent size. I think there's like 7 or 8 in the front ensemble. So very good. So let's get started.
The Land of the Sky Marching Band Festival is proud to present in competition performance drum majors Anita Zavialova and Ben Bratton and the AC Reynolds High School Marching Band.
I'm going to pause it there. Lots of good things. Flute solo. Beautiful flute solo. little bit of vibrato. Vibrato means it's basically it's kind of like your I can't even think of the good word for it, but you're disrupting the airflow, I guess, and making it have a wavy sound to it. Great technique for woodwind instruments. It just gives it just this nice, beautiful sound, beautiful tone. It's I like to say you're seasoning the sound, so it's not like this one bland, stagnant sound that you're hearing. Okay, but beautiful flute solo. Again, saxophone. Saxophone solo. I almost didn't recognize the saxophone because it was blending into the front ensemble sound. But still, I think that was a great saxophone solo, honestly. Um, but yeah, really, really good things. Let's keep going. All right, overall, that first movement, pretty good, pretty good. What I heard and saw, tuba solo. The one thing I'll criticize about it is I felt like the articulation wasn't as poignant. Okay, it wasn't a very defined articulation. It wasn't very articulate. If you catch what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying, I think it was a little bit more defined. It would have carried through the entire band, but still great tuba solo. The sound is actually not too shabby. Now we're not in the press box, so this camera is actually in the stands, so we're not going to get that true sound since they are playing up to the press box. But what I'm hearing is the sound is not too shabby. It's actually very, very good. The diagonals. I think this is supposed to be a diagonal over here. At least I assume. If it is, got to make sure that diagonals are nice and straight. Okay, because up in the judges' press box, where the judges can see the entire band, if you're not in that diagonal, it sticks out big time, rather than just a straight, side to side line. Okay, let's keep going. All right. Good mellophone solo. Mellophone is what I played in marching band. I'm a sucker for good mellophone solos. Very, very good. Uh, the trombone solo, great. Nothing bad to say about that. Uh, some more criticism I can give to this band. Constructive criticism. Horn angles. All right. So if you're playing a brass instrument like a trumpet or a baritone, you don't want it to be like right here because you're just playing into the ground. The judges aren't going to hear that. So you want to play like right here, chin up, like with this L symbol I'm making, and then playing up towards the press box. I saw some students with their bells like at a slant, facing downwards. You're not going to do anything with that. Judges aren't going to hear that, and it just looks bad uh, when you're looking at the band. So, yeah, I'm also seeing with some of this backwards marching that they're bouncing. Okay, if you watch the previous episode of Marching Madness, you'll know that I talked about bouncing a little bit there. It means their weight isn't fully distributed across their body, so and it creates like this bouncy whoa that kind of sound. Where it's like you're just taking big steps and you're just kind of stomping the ground, and it just creates that kind of sound, and it's not the prettiest sounds. All right. But overall, very, very nice. I do like this front ensemble sound right here. They're doing a very, very good job. I haven't even paid attention to the guard or the drum line, so let's see if I can find anything to critique them on. Let's keep going. Very nice. Okay. Couple of things. Again, great sax solo. Love it. Sucker for sax solos in marching band. I think they're really cool. Uh, Again, watch these diagonals. Fish over here. It's supposed to be diagonal. It's not. Okay. It's very important that you hit that spot right there where you're in the diagonal. Okay. I also saw a person off camera move. Okay. Well, they were on camera, then the camera panned to the left. They moved ever so slightly, and it's very noticeable up in the press box if you move, and the judges will mark off points for that. So make sure that you are stationary. You do not move. Even if you are in the wrong spot, okay? You just do not move. All right? Big no-nos in marching band. You do not move whatsoever. Once you're there, you're there. You're stationary. You don't move, okay? And this right here, you see this horn angle right here? I'm not trying to pick on this person, but again, I talk about horn angles. It's just so up there, like it's just boom. Where everyone else over here is just, pretty good horn angles, but this one's just like trying to play to the sky, okay? Again, I'm not trying to throw hate or shame, all right? It's just what I see. And if this was my high school marching band, I would say this exact same thing. Okay. But very nice. Very, very nice. I do like the sound. I think it's great. They have this Celtic Irish little dance going on. So that's really cool. Also, when you're doing these general effects, And general effects is basically the whole band is like doing something besides marching. They're doing something with their body. Make sure that everyone like puts their leg up or puts their foot out at the exact same time. Okay, you want it to be unison. You want it to act like a unit with this band. Okay. So make sure that everyone's doing it at the exact same time when they're supposed to. Okay. All right, let's finish this out. All right, and the camera's just panning to the right for some reason. I thought that was great. Just a couple things that I noticed before we end here. Make sure the articulation doesn't suffer. Just because we're at the end of the show doesn't mean the articulation suffers. I felt that the articulation wasn't as defined as, earlier in the show, and that's probably because they were getting tired. Again, it's still early on in the season, so they haven't built up to chops yet. Make sure our articulation's still defined. I think through all that, I could have used a little bit more low brass. It was very heavily high brass, which is trumpet and bellows, but maybe it's just where the video's taken from. Maybe up in the press box, you could hear low brass a lot more. But from where I am, I think low brass was getting overtaken by the trumpets and the mellows. Okay. All right. Yeah. Very, very nice stuff from that band. I've seen that band perform a couple of times throughout my marching band career, especially in high school. So I thought very, very nice. I think all the solos were fantastic. They did a very good job, and this is just the beginning of the season for them. Okay, this is probably their first competition in the season, so very, very well done. Kudos to them. Now for the rating. I always give a rating at the end of the video. 1 is awful, garbage, nothing right, everything wrong, and 10 is perfect. They did everything well. Nothing was bad about it. I'd probably give it a 6.5, maybe a 7. So 6.5 to a 7 is where I give this band. Things that keep me from going higher, is articulation, some marching errors, and just those things really. Some horn angles. But yeah, I think this band did very, very well for their beginning season. And yeah, very, very good. Very good. Very happy with that. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video today. If you did enjoy, a like and a subscription is very much appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.